Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. And again, thanks to our Rob and his crew over at Kith and Kin for these delicious sandwiches. Don't they smell wonderful?
They smell really good.
Yeah. So you kind of dug through and...
I took a look at them. They're sitting there, and they look good, and they smell good.
Trying to decide.
Decide what I want for lunch.
So in the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife,
Okay.
the granddaughter of one of the original characters is an awkward, nerdy girl.
Okay.
And apparently they tell her to kind of come up with jokes so that she can converse with people that she's not comfortable with conversing with.
Okay.
So one of her jokes is, what do you call a fish without any eyes?
What do you call a fish without any eyes? I don't know.
Fish. A fish, because there's no eyes.
There's no eye in
fish.
F-S-S-S-H-H-H-A. Fish. That's pretty good. I have not watched that movie.
Yeah. Well, we watched it Sunday. That was our... we didn't watch the Super Bowl. We watched
no Super Bowl for you?
Yeah. And then we read that Ivan Reitman had passed away, so...
Who's that?
He was the producer and the director of the original Ghostbusters movies, and his son directed this one, and he was a producer of this one, this most recent one. So,
I see.
75 years old.
But he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that old.
Yeah, not anymore. So.
I used to think it was, but now that I'm 50, I think that's not that old. I read something, I'm sure it was on the internet, probably on Facebook the other day, that said that if you were born in 1971, you're closer to how did it read? You're closer to 1920 than you are to 2022 or something like that.
Yeah, something just to make you feel old, right?
Yes, yeah.
Some kind of thing.
Because I was born in 71, and so why it popped up on mine, who knows? But anyway, that's funny.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. The Afterlife movie kind of answers some questions and sets it up to where if they wanted to do some more movies, they've got some more characters now that they could bring it back if they wanted to. So.
Right.
But
that seems to be a trend in movie making, retaking old movies, and then it's probably been a trend for a long time, but it seems like lately, it seems like all the movies I see are spin-offs or sequels or prequels or of an existing movie.
Yeah, so... But they kind of skipped over, they did one with an all-female cast a few years ago.
So that's not that one?
No.
Okay, that one was called what?
What was that one called?
Because I thought maybe it was that one.
No, this was a brand new movie they just filmed.
Okay.
They released it last year.
Okay.
And it picks up, moving forward. So the mother of the two kids is the daughter of the Harold Ramis character.
Okay.
And he moves out to Oklahoma, where there's weird stuff going on. Some little town in Oklahoma.
I got you.
So, and then who's the? He was in the Ant-Man movies. He's been in a bunch of movies. Comedic actor.
Oh, the lead in Ant-Man. I can't think of his name, but him, Ant-Man.
Yeah. He is.
He's pretty funny too. What is his name? I don't know.
But he's
in it.
He's in the Afterlife movie. He's a substitute teacher who's actually a
ghost guy.
No, he's a seismologist.
Oh.
He's trying to figure out why all these earthquakes are going on in this town. So that's how he winds up out there.
Well, I haven't watched any of those Ghostbuster movies except for the original.
Yeah.
So I don't know about it much. But
well, you might get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I might watch them. Watch it online, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Amazon or somewhere.
It's all out there now.
Yeah.
I want to give them money. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Watched parts of it.
Okay.
We have, at our church, we have our Bible study, and we chose not to give up the Bible study over Super Bowl. So I was at a Bible study during the Super Bowl. But I saw the very beginning, and then I saw the last quarter. I kind of watched some of the last quarter. I mean, I could have watched the whole thing, but I wasn't really super interested. I have kind of gotten away from NFL football over the last 2 or 3 years. I picked it up a little bit this year in the last part, of the season watching some of the playoff games or parts of them. So I've watched more NFL football in the last 2 months than I have in the last 4 years, or 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those that kind of got aggravated with the NFL and the things they were allowing to go on, and so I kind of stopped watching it for a while.
Well, then you didn't miss the halftime show.
I didn't see it.
Right.
By saying I missed it, I didn't miss it like I missed it.
Right.
But I missed it like I wasn't watching it. But I heard all about it, and I read all about it. That some people, it's just like every year. It seems like it's controversial in terms of some people really like it. Some people say why don't they do this? And so.
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of kneeling going on, but that's
well, and I read that this morning on a I don't remember where I saw it, but somewhere this morning when I was working in my office, I saw it on the internet that the one of the rappers kneeled, and
the white guy.
So, and I guess that was in reference to
I don't know,
who knows, but
a
headline that I saw, and I never know about those headlines because I don't know if they're
that's true.
Trying to. I didn't click on the story.
Yeah,
I guess it was on Fox or MSN or something, Google or something I saw this morning, and the headline was something like, one of the rappers was told not to do this, and he did it. One of them was told to take this out of his lyrics, and he didn't. And one of them was told, don't kneel, and he did. So I don't know if any of that's right. I did see a picture of, it was an Eminem that kneeled.
Yeah.
So I know that was, I don't know, who knows if they were really told not to do those things.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
One of them was take the lyrics of I hate the cops or something. I don't remember the exact line out of your
which is in the rap lyric, a lot of rap
and
lyrics.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
So they left it in there when they sang the song, or rapped. So I'm not a big fan of that stuff. A lot of my friends, I did read on Facebook last night. I was scrolling through Facebook, and a lot of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook, but also I'm friends with them in real life. You know how some people you may be friends with on Facebook, but you never really know them.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people around my age. I've never listened to rap.
Right.
I've never been a rap person. But I guess all of those rappers that were on there were all older rappers. So a lot of people that were around my age loved it. You know?
Yeah.
Even people that I didn't know, they're more Western than I thought. But anyway. So I guess it went over with a lot of people. A lot of people really liked it.
Look, there's people have different tastes.
That's right.
And stuff like that.
That's right. But I didn't see it, and I didn't see most of the game. Was it an exciting game? I mean, I know it came down to the end.
Apparently, it was a pretty good game. Apparently.
I saw the very end where they got the touchdown to go ahead, and that left a little over a minute to go, and then they held them on fourth down. So I did see that last, 2 minutes?
So the game itself turned out to be a pretty decent
good game.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So.
Yeah, you didn't watch it either, so you didn't.
We had not turned on the TV. Like I said, we watched the Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I had seen because I bought it. And I'd seen it, but Lana had not seen it. So
you watched it with her.
But, I mean, the font on the graphics was all the same. There's a lot of the music that was the same. When they cranked up when the kids cranked up the machine there for the first time, that was pretty exciting.
It's the same as what it was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
When was Ghostbusters? In the 80s?
84.
Yeah.
80, but it was in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, 84, so yeah. Interesting.
Well, let's talk fishing. What's going on? You guys getting ready for the season?
We are, and I've been asked, one of our members said, why are we starting so late? And so, and I don't know if all of our members are feeling that way. Our first official tournament this year is not until March, so the first weekend in March, and I really am. I'm starting to get the itch. It seems like at the end of every year, it's kind of where you're like, oh, finally we're done.
Right. Right.
But then at the beginning, the time between about October and January or so, for those of us that are like me that really like to bass fish, and there's some that like it more than I do because they fish all the time. They don't wait for tournaments. They're out there on lakes fishing all the time, preparing, and I just don't take the time to do that. I should, because if I'm going to fish competitively, I ought to be going to lakes and doing some things, but I've got a busy life, and I just don't take the time to do the pre-stuff that a lot of guys do. But yeah, we've got our tournament schedule. I think you've got it up there, and that's our schedule. It's found at pvbm.club is where Gene is out there for those of you watching this, and our first tournament is in Del Rio at Amstead, And I think it's the 5th and 6th. I can't read it from here, but is that what that says?
That's what it says, yeah.
So March 5th and 6th. Mm-hmm. And it's a team tournament. It is a 2-day tournament. All of our one thing we've made different this year that I was excited that our club members voted positive on was changing all of our tournaments, except for that very first one and our very last one, our championship. All of our tournaments are 1-day tournaments. And I'm excited about that because that gives people the opportunity, like for myself and my brother, if we want to, anybody, but if we want to, we don't have to, we can still fish and be involved without missing church. And so that's important to me and to others as well. So I'm excited about that. I think, though, that the majority of our members and the majority of those that fish with us will fish all weekend, just like we always have, and I will some. I mean, I will miss church some, but that was the idea behind, is given the opportunity of, because we had a member, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before, where he wanted to be home on Sunday, so he went ahead and fished Saturday, but then it was a team tournament, but his partner didn't have a partner on Sunday. Whereas if we had done it like we're doing it now, it wouldn't have been an issue. So anyway, that's one big change we made this year as a club, and who knows if we'll keep it this way or not, but all of our tournaments, except for this one at Amstead, and of course our championship, all the ones in the middle there are 1-day tournaments, even though we'll be at lakes for the most part over weekends like normal. Our 1-day tournaments for Brantley are all just Saturday, so they're not weekend tournaments. They're just 1 day, and they're all team tournaments at Brantley. And then we have we have 5 total team tournaments, 4 at Brantley Lake, which is right here, of course, and then the one coming up here in March. And so Amstead, I was going to talk about that tournament a little bit. The last time we fished there, I was looking back on our website and looking at tournament results, and we did fish there in 2020. So that was during the COVID startup, but we went fishing before COVID hit. We were down there at Lake Amistad, and I call it Amistad or Amstead. I don't really know how you say it right, but we were down there. We did a team tournament. It was in February, and that's the last time we've been down there. I really like that lake. It's a big lake. It poses a lot of challenges in terms of if the wind is really blowing, which a lot of times it is. With such big water, you get a lot of big waves, and so but it's a really good lake. I know it's way down in terms of water volume, so there's going to be what we saw in 2020, and I can't remember how much it was. Probably down then too. I don't know if it's lower now or higher than it was then, but it's probably lower. It just changes up the landscape of how you fish. Where a place where I might know that I like to fish may be out of the water now. So there's a lot of those kind of things, and I won't be down there until that weekend. And I probably won't. I don't know if I'll be able to go pre-fish on Friday or not. So it'll be interesting for me and my partner anyway. When we get out on the water and we go to places that we have fished previously, if they're out of the water or not, we'll just have to work around those issues. But Amstead is a great lake. I like to fish it. It always, you have an opportunity to catch a big bass anytime. There's a lot of big bass. It's the biggest lake we fish. I think probably the second biggest will be Possum Kingdom that we're fishing in conjunction with New Mexico Bass Nation. But there you go. You got a picture of it there.
Is it the reservoir?
It's Amstead Reservoir. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I was just going to see if I could
pull that up on there on the screen.
Amstead Reservoir.
And so if you scroll over to that side where you can see the lake, what does it say there? Does it say anything about the
Del Rio, Texas? 101 fish. So what is it that you want me to bring up here?
Oh, I just wondered if it had anything about the lake levels. I can't read it on the screen there, but
yeah. Year built 1969, Del Rio, Texas, bridges. Well, here's a Wikipedia link.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll just see if I can find it here while you were talking about it. So. But that's the first tournament, right?
That's the first tournament. It is 2 days. It is a team tournament. So if you're listening to this morning and you're interested in possibly fishing with us, there's a chance that we may have members that don't have a partner for that tournament. And if you don't have a boat and you want to dip your toe in it per se, then you might want to try that lake. It is. used to be the farthest lake we went to. I think the Possum Kingdom is a little bit farther. We have started fishing over the last couple of years, but being in our area, we do have to travel for the most part to go fishing. I'm hoping that Brantley has some water in it and has some fish in it over the summer. That's one issue that we face with our local lake here, is that it gets drained for irrigation and water going on to Texas. But we did schedule 4 tournaments out there, so I'm hoping that it's good. But Amstead coming up in March. It is our first tournament. So if you're interested in fishing with us, you can go to our website, pvbm.club, and join. We do have we're up to 20 members now that have joined and have paid their dues. And so we've sent on the dues to the right places, or I have, and onto the BASS. Those are payable with a credit card, so that's already taken care of. The dues for the state level, I just mailed a check. And so, but we're an active club in New Mexico Bass Nation, and there were some issues with the website. I may have talked about this before, but a lot of the clubs and even our state guys were having some troubles with it. I talked about this last week. It was a pretty antiquated system that BASS had, but they've upgraded it. It's pretty user-friendly now once you figured out how to get onto it. It took me a minute to do that, but got all of our roster put in, and I'm excited about those fishing with us and hoping some of the other former folks come, make their way back. And also new. We've got several new members that have never fished with us before, so looking forward to a great year fishing with the Pecos Valley Bassmasters.
Okay. And if you want to get signed up, you still have plenty of time to sign up for this tournament?
You can sign up anytime, yeah. So anytime during the year. We've had people join late in the year, in fact. But, yeah, so we haven't even started fishing yet. So if you get in signed up now, then you'll be ready for our first tournament.
Okay. Very good. PVBM.club is where is the website that you can go to, and then that'll bring up the schedules. There's your join form is on there if you want to fill out.
You can click join at the top. You can, on the front page it's there. If you click on that PDF, you might show them, Gene. You click on that PDF, it's going to populate, obviously, a PDF. So, and then you can, and that actually should be fillable, and so people can fill it out.
Now, it says 2020 club enrollment form.
Oh, I thought I changed that one. All right, but it's still the same enrollment form. Nothing's changed except for I had the right year on it. Which I'm glad you did that. Now I can go back. I would have sworn I fixed that, so I didn't. But it's still the same, exactly the same enrollment form. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Fill that out. Down at the bottom of it, it says where you can email it to and get joined up.
So sounds good.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. And tomorrow there's going to be some basketball going on here in town, so we're going to be having our little meeting, talk about that.
Yep.
So.
Pack the pit. Everybody out there, hopefully you're coming to the basketball games tomorrow night for the girls and the boys. Be there early. Get there between 5 and 5:30 and watch the girls play as they look to get a big win over Portales, which is probably our toughest opponent in the girls' side of the district. And the boys, of course, looking for a win over the Portales boys, which I anticipate them getting.
Yep.
So it's going to be an exciting night.
Very good. Joby, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks to Rob from Kith and Kin for these delicious breakfast sandwiches that we're going to distribute out, and the coffee.